in parallel, there is another approach by countries like in Japan. And what we saw is upstream industrial ecology. There is what we call a downstream industrial ecology, or the Japanese like to use this word eco-town. So here what they do is they will collect all the waste and bring it to a centralized location, and they have specialized recycling industries. They recycle, they treat it. So by recycling in one place, the treatment cost could be reduced. Okay. So that's totally different and compared to the upstream industrial ecology. And why they do it here? Because countries we don't have a sufficient amount of resources. By having a very strong recycling industries, the resource could be recycled back. To understand this? Okay, if you look at it in Japan, at the moment, there's a large number of eco-towns are located in different parts of the country. And each of this part of the country, the waste is collected or carried to these particular locations, the eco-towns. I'll give you one example. If you look at Kitakyushu Recycling Eco-town, this is an industrial estate. In that industrial estate, you have only recycling industry. So you have a recycling industry for PCB. Then you have a recycling industry for all the home appliances, automobiles, okay, fluorescent tubes. You can see there are different types of recycling. That means all the fluorescent tubes in that particular province has to be carried, okay, taken to here, and it is recycled in one place. All the automobile parts were brought here and they are recycled, so the raw materials could be taken back, processed raw material can be taken back. This is another strategy. So the eco-towns are different from eco-industrial park which are designed for the upstream. Okay, now many countries are looking at it. Sometimes countries like in Thailand or Vietnam, they do not know whether to go for the Japanese system or go to the European system, which is industrial ecology, which is a bit more complex. I'll come to this. Okay. If you wanted to have a policy message on industrial symbiosis, it's very important you need to have correct types of policies. Okay? And what direction you need to look at it. And you need to create a inter-firm or inter-industry linkage. You need to have a better performance knowledge between industry. And all these things certainly has to bring certain social benefits, okay? And that's what it will make. Some key features of a successful industrial symbiosis, if you look at it, you need to have a strong legislation, okay? Making industries working together is not very easy. Or even if you are going for an industrial park, you need to have an enforcement like in Japan, where the used materials have been transported to that particular recycling centers. Otherwise, it won't work. And shifting the market towards a sound material society is very important. Increasing the product research and development, both in public and private sectors. And you saw in Japan these recycling industries. The most of the initial investment on research and development were made by Japanese. So that means you need to spend a lot of money to have the best recycling technology. Okay, R&D is necessary. Okay, now let me come to this last part. Okay, as a conclusion on this one, networking is very important. You saw the Danish case study, okay, becoming very complex. How do you do, when, where, how? Okay, it's important. Please note when you're talking about industrial ecology, there is no generic rules. Okay? To understand that one forest will not look like another forest. Okay? The forest in tropical climate is totally different than a tropical and a temperate climate. Okay? So, but both are forests. So please understand, it depends on the context basis. So that is why the whole thing becomes difficult. Industrial symbiosis occurs usually in two forms, as I said. Eco-industrial clusters of park on the upstream or eco-town on the downstream. There is no the answer. Okay? It could fit into a country-wise or situation-wise. But either one of the approach is very important. That's what's happening at the moment. Synergy between inter-firms, business proximity is a key to the success. You need to work people together. Okay? And if you're working on an industry, trying to work with another industry, it's not that easy. but it's not impossible. And geographical proximity is another factor for a successful industrial symbiosis. Okay. Whatever you do it, I think end of the day, the transferring of the waste, okay, or the resources defined by how the transportation cost. So geographical proximity is very important. The last word is industrial symbiosis ensures the now and the long-term sustainability. So if you think again, going back to our whole principle, if you are looking at it from an industry point of view, if you want to make profit and want to commit for a sustainability, which means a long term, the sustainability is not a short term. The long term vision, yes, this could be a very interesting path.